So, in today's video, I want to talk about a thing called counting your wins. And it's exactly like it sounds. It is literally just taking a moment to write down your wins. It's not actually counting your wins, but it is acknowledging your wins. Taking a moment to acknowledge them, think about them, and give yourself a little pat on the back for them. And this is something that I've been practicing for not a long time. This is a new thing for me. Maybe a week, 2 weeks. But it has been helping a lot. It has been helping a lot. And I like to do it right before I go to sleep. Like literally right before I go to sleep. I just feel like it's a nice way to sort of end the day, reflect on the day, you know. And it's not to say that you don't want to acknowledge your losses, right? Because you're going to have losses, but I don't know about you, but my brain tends to focus on the losses a little bit too much, just a little bit too much. And it can put me in sort of a bad headspace. So that's sort of why I came up with this idea, which was like, okay, well, if I'm just going to focus on the losses, why don't I just flip that script? That's what one of my mates told me that once. He's like, you got to flip the script, man. And I was complaining about a bunch of shit, and he was like, yeah, we've all been through shit, you know? We've all been through shit, but, you know, you got to flip the script and take back control. And I was like, huh. And so that seed was planted in my mind, and I guess I just started doing it, you know, started flipping the script on those losses. And so at the end of every day, I will, no matter how small or how big the win is, I will acknowledge it. And I'll just be like, yes, dude, like you did that. So if I set an alarm and I woke up on time and I got to work on time, that's a win, because I normally am late and I normally hit snooze like 5 times. So that's a win. If I did the dishes before I went to sleep, you know, to prepare for the next day, that's a win. If I spoke to that cute girl that I have a crush on, that's a win. You get the point. I don't need to go through the whole list, but count your wins. Count your wins. And acknowledge your losses and figure out the lesson within the loss, but don't dwell on the loss. Like, just be like, okay, and you're gonna naturally think about your losses anyway, so you don't really need to set an intention to like do that. But what you do need to do is set an intention to like limit how much time you spend on the losses and take the time to at least learn the lesson, because that's what the universe does, or God or whatever, will continually dish out problems until you learn the lesson that it's trying to teach you, right? And it will keep escalating the problem until you freaking get it, right? So nip it in the bud and think about the lesson that you've learned. And then be like, okay, that's enough. Enough is enough. Let's focus on these wins, baby. And every time you reflect on a win, it's like planting a seed in a garden of like positivity and confidence. I think this is the beautiful thing about it, is when you focus on your wins, it's like building confidence, because you can reflect back. You can go back through your notebook and look at all of the wins, and it's evidence for how much of a bowler you are. Yeah? For how much of a fucking gangster you are. You were killing it. But if you don't do that and you just focus on all of these losses, you start feeling like, man, I haven't got it. I've lost my mojo. Especially when you go into social media and you see everyone else killing it and you haven't been counting your wins, like, you're going to feel terrible. That's what I was doing. And I was like, enough is enough. I need to start counting my wins, man. So do that. Let me know how you go. And yeah, I think the confidence thing is the biggest part. And also just when you're having conversations with other people, if you're used to counting your wins and if someone goes like, yo, what's up? Like, what's new with you? you now have like a backlog and your memory is a little more reinforced with all of those wins that you have. Yeah, because you need to be able to, this is a weird way to put it, but you need to be able to sell yourself. Because I don't know if you've been around people that are like, you ask them how they're going, and then they're just sort of like, I'm sort of talking about myself in this situation. Like, upon self-reflection, I was sort of this person that was like, yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, nothing new. Nah, same old. You know, when you're talking with people and they're sort of like, oh, okay. And they'll be like, fair enough. But then they get bored. And that's fair enough. And I think I would do this because I thought it was modest. I thought it was sort of modest to be like, yeah, like I'm just living my life, like nothing crazy happening, you know, always watering down the positive things in my life. And yeah, I don't know. I just feel like life is a little bit of a competition. And so you might as well, I'm not saying being like bragging about your wins, but like whatever it is that you do. And it's like, oh, damn, like you had all of these positive things and you have something to talk about now. So that's like another sort of byproduct of this practice. So if you found this helpful, smash subscribe. I would love to have you back on the channel. And make sure you get yourself a little notebook. 2 minutes before bed, this is what I want you to do. This is in order, all right? Count your wins, 5 to 10. No matter how small, how big, whatever made you feel like, yeah, I did that thing today. And do that consistently every day. No excuses, because it's only 2 minutes, all right? Peace.